Hello everyone, so this is Karthik. Today we are going to look at characteristics and unique trends of Indian economy. So here we will be looking at the Indian economy from two perspectives. First is we will cover whether the Indian economy is developing or whether the Indian economy is underdeveloped. First will be the Indian economy is being underdeveloped. So why Indian economy is said that it is underdeveloped economy? Indian economy as an underdeveloped economy. So why it is said that the Indian economy is underdeveloped economy? Now there are a number of reasons we say that our economy is underdeveloped. The first reason is per capita income and the national income. The first reason will be per capita income and national income. So we have discussed about per capita income and national income in the previous videos. Per capita income is the average income of a particular individual in a country, and the national income is the income at the country level, and we calculate national income through GDP. So in national income we look at GDP, and in per capita income we get the average income, and per capita income is calculated as total income of the country divided by total population, and we get the average income. Now with respect to India, it is said that the per capita income and the national income growth rate is very low in our country. So with respect to per capita income, now as per World Bank, World Bank takes into account national income and gives out the statistics whether country is developed, developing or underdeveloped. So as per World Bank in 2015, the World Bank gave the statistics of India's per capita income. So the World Bank stated that in 2015, the national income of country, or the average national income, if we say that the gross national income which at the per capita income which we take, it is $1590, 1590 American dollar. So that was the average per capita income and gross national per capita income, and based on that we come under the category of low income country or the underdeveloped economy. Not the low income country but the underdeveloped economy. Whereas if you look at the neighboring countries of our country, neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Pakistan or China, so with respect to per capita income and the national income, the neighboring countries like Sri Lanka and China, they are ahead of us because their average national per capita income is more than India. So India's per capita national average per capita national income is very less, whereas for the Sri Lanka and China it is high. The second will be, before starting second, I'll write it. What is this? This is gross national per capita income. So for India, it is $1590 as per World Bank, and being $1590 US dollar, India comes under the category of underdeveloped economy. With respect to national income and per capita income, we know that it is very less, and even in the Human Development Index, which we are going to discuss later on, there also we will see that India's per capita income is very less as compared to the economies around us. The second will be the low standard of living. The second will be low standard of living. Standard of living means education and healthcare facilities. Now, low standard of living. Now, how to calculate standard of living? standard of living is calculated through education and healthcare services. So education and healthcare are two determinants in order to measure the standard of living. With respect to India, education and healthcare services are not good. They are not up to that level because literacy rate in India stands at, so with respect to education, we calculate education growth with respect to literacy rate. Now literacy rate means the number of educated people in our country. Now literacy rate stood at 74%. Okay, this implies that 25% of our country's population is illiterate, or a quarter of country's population is illiterate. So literacy rate is less, 74%. Whereas with respect to healthcare, we calculate healthcare with respect to life expectancy. Life expectancy, I'll write it. Life expectancy. So what is this life expectancy? Life expectancy means the average lifespan of a newborn baby. So when a person borns, what is the average lifespan that he can live? यानी एक पर्टिकुलर इंसान कितने साल तक जिंदा रह सकता है. So in India, the average lifespan is around 70 years. So अगर एक न्यूबॉर्न बेबी बॉर्न होता है इंडिया में तो वो एवरेज 70 साल तक जी सकता है. So that is the life expectancy. Now अगर आप जापान को देखोगे वहां पर लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी इज अराउंड 80 to 85 years. So in Japan the life expectancy is 80 years. So we can say that Japan is more developed than India क्योंकि India's life expectancy is around 68 to 70, whereas for Japan it is around 80. So Japan is more developed. Similarly with respect to literacy rate, India's literacy rate is 74%, but there are countries where literacy rate is above 80%. So with respect to literacy rate and life expectancy, the standard of living gets directly impacted because when you are literate, when you are healthy, the consumption expenditure or whatever your expenditure which you are doing goes for a productive activity, and that is in a better manner. So India's standard of living is very less, and that's why it comes under the category of underdeveloped economy. So this was the second point. The third will be poverty. Poverty means garibi. So poverty, third will be poverty. With respect to poverty, now number of committees are there which have given out their statistics ki how many people are poor in India, but there is one committee which I am quoting, that is Tendulkar committee. So Tendulkar committee. So before this, what is poverty? Poverty means when a person is poor. So poverty is about poor. If a person is poor, he cannot afford food, shelter, basic services, food, shelter, or you can say basic services. So such services are not accessible because they don't have enough income to access those services. So in our country, around 21% of our population is poor. So they are under the poverty trap. They are below the poverty line. So as per Tendulkar committee, you have to remember this name, Tendulkar committee. In exam, you might have to write this. If a question comes, you have to write the name of the committee, which is Tendulkar committee. Very important. Please mark it. So as per Tendulkar committee, in 2011, there were 22% of our country's population was poor. So when you have 22% of country's population under poverty line, because of that we are also under the category of underdeveloped economy. So it is not that we are in the underdeveloped category, but it is often said that if you look at Indian economy from this perspective, then we say that India is underdeveloped economy. Why? Poverty, standard of living, per capita income, all that we have discussed. The fourth point will be agriculture sector, where we will look at the dependence on agriculture sector. So how much our economy is dependent on agriculture sector. Dependence on agriculture. Now, at the time of independence, during 1950, during 1950, 70% of our country's population was dependent on agriculture sector. So 70% of population was engaged there. Population depended on agriculture sector. Agri-allied sector. And presently it is around 50%. And presently 49% of our country's population depend on agriculture. So what does this indicate? This indicates that the dominance of primary sector. Primary sector means agriculture sector is much higher in our country, and that's why still a majority of population of our country depend on agriculture sector. So that is also the reason why we come under the category of underdeveloped economy if we take these things into consideration. So dependence on agriculture. The fifth will be now with respect to dependence on agriculture. Dependence mean when you are employed there, when you get employment there. So still 49% of our country's population or the workforce is employed in the agriculture sector. The fifth point will be demographic factors. Now what is this demographic factor? Demographic. D-E-M-O-G-R-A-P-H-I-C. Demographic factor. Demography means when you study the population of a country through scientific means, and when you get the result of whatever you want to get. So demographic factors. Now the infant mortality rate. So number of health indicators are there which indicates whether your population is healthy or not, and this directly impact the country's position in the developing or underdeveloped economy. Now demographic factors. So India's infant mortality rate is also high. Now infant mortality rate is number of children dying before the age of 1 year. So 1 साल के होने से पहले जो बच्चे मर जाते हैं compared to per 1000 live birth, they are known as that is known as infant mortality rate. Now infant mortality rate is high in our country. इसके अलावा you have child mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, number of rates are there. Then you have maternal mortality rate. So all these rates are high, and because of that it is said that we come under the category of underdeveloped economy. One more thing, these are the healthcare indicators. Apart from this, there is one population growth rate. Now our population, we know that India is second largest populous country in the world. है ना? You know that. India is second largest populous country. So India has second largest population in the world. Okay, in the world, and this is because our population growth rate, any rate at which population is growing, is very, very high. Now why this is high? Because the birth rate is high. Now because of the birth rate being high, our population growth rate is also high. So this is also the indicator, because in the developed economy, जो इकोनॉमी डेवलप्ड होती है, जो देश डेवलप्ड होते हैं, जैसे यूएस हो गया, रशिया हो गया, चाइना हो गया, तो वो जो डेवलप्ड होते हैं वहाँ पे जो पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ रेट, बर्थ रेट, वो बहुत कम होती है. बट इन इंडिया इट इज हाई. So that's why India is said that you are underdeveloped economy. जो infant mortality rate, child mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, ये भी developed economy में less होती है, but India में it is high. So that's why ये कहा जाता है कि India is in the category of underdeveloped economy. The sixth will be problem of employment. The sixth will be problem of employment. Unemployment, basically. Problem of unemployment. Now, in India, in the previous video, I have said about the primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. Now, we have seen that secondary sector is that sector which has higher, which can provide more and more jobs. This sector has higher potential to provide or to create more employment opportunity. The secondary sector can create more jobs, है ना? But the issue is, in India, secondary sector is not well developed. It is underdeveloped, and because of that, less jobs are there, and less jobs. So when there are less jobs, जब नौकरी कम होगी, when jobs will not be available, there will be unemployment. So unemployment is also a major problem. There in India, it is said that there is a hidden employment. So what is hidden unemployment? So we will look at hidden unemployment. So एक तो ये हो गया, because of the lesser development, or the secondary sector is not much developed, jobs are very less. Second will be hidden unemployment. So what is this hidden unemployment? Now this hidden unemployment means when a person is employed but his contribution to the economic activity is zero or very, very less. So you can see this in the agriculture sector. So I'll write it about the hidden employment. So hidden unemployment means when the contribution of the worker is very less or zero. So this indicates that there is a problem of unemployment in our economy because the contribution of worker is very less or close to zero. So this tells us about the India coming under the category of underdeveloped economy. So this is the problem of unemployment, and hidden employment is there, and this is prevalent in agriculture sector. So you can find hidden unemployment in agriculture sector. Then next will be Next will be obsolete technology. Obsolete means old technology in the factories. So what is this obsolete technology? Obsolete technology means when the technology is old, when the factories are having old machines which are not mechanized or which are not new. So prevalence of old machines or old technology. So what is the impact of old technology? The impact is the productivity is less, the output or the number of units which is produced by the machines is very, very less. So obsolete technology leads to low output and this directly impact the economic growth. So when the technology will be old, when obsolete technology will be there, the economic growth is also less. So the growth rate of economy is less because of obsolete technology. The next will be the availability of basic infrastructure, or the other factors. We will take these all into other factors. Other factors. So here in other factors we will look at number of things. One is the basic services. What are the basic services? Basic services are the basic infrastructural services, banking, insurance, which are required for the sustained economic growth. So basic services will cover infrastructure, banking, transportation, insurance, connectivity, etc. So these basic services in India are not much developed. So because of that, our economic growth is very, very less. With respect to banking and infrastructure sector, we still know that there are a number of areas in our country, they are not properly connected. So like कई rural areas है जो urban areas से properly connected नहीं है, और ये directly impact करता है agriculture के goods के movement में. So because of low infrastructural development, low banking penetration. Low penetration means that the banking services are not available in the far reach area. So non-availability of banking services in far area. So this directly impact the growth rate of the economy. So the other factors directly impact our growth rate. So because of low infrastructure facility, low penetration of banking sector, lack of transportation, insurance, connectivity, this directly impact the movement of goods. This directly impact the growth rate of primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. Because we have seen that these three sectors are interlinked with each other. We have seen that these three sectors are interlinked with each other. So on top you have primary sector, then you have secondary sector, and then you have tertiary sector. Now, for the movement of goods from primary to secondary, you need transport. Further, from secondary to tertiary, you need transport or infrastructure, and from and to provide services to the primary and to the secondary sector by the tertiary sector, you need banking, insurance, transportation, etc. Because tertiary sector provides services like banking, insurance, etc. So you need such facility, because if insurance is not available, connectivity is not available, then tertiary sector cannot provide services. Tertiary sector cannot provide services to the primary and secondary sector. So because of the lack of basic services, we will call it as lack of basic services. Our economic growth is very, very low. Our economic growth is less, and that's why it is said that India comes under the category of underdeveloped economy. So these were the 7 factors which we have discussed, which tells us why India is a underdeveloped economy. So we will now see what are the factors which we have discussed, which tells us why India is a underdeveloped economy. So what are the factors which we have discussed? We will write it. First is low national income, per capita income, low standard of living, then we have other factors where we look at the basic services, then we have dependence on agriculture, then we have unemployment, then we have obsolete technology. Obsolete means old technology. And the last is about the poverty, problem of poverty. So these are the 7 factors, and according to which our country is considered as a underdeveloped economy. So these 7 factors, if you look at these 7 factors, you will get to know that India is underdeveloped. So in the next video, we are going to look at why India can be seen as a country which is developing country. Thank you.